Is it possible this is a real UFO caught on camera above Los Angeles? And what about this thing called the Black Knight satellite? Is it really an alien spacecraft? I've got the answer to these two space mysteries, plus a look at the infamous Men in Black. And it all starts right now. Hey guys, Bill here. You know, ever since we opened up the door to UFO stories, you guys have just been bringing it in by the truckload. So I thought what we would do today is we're going to pick out 3 of those, and we're going to go over them with our UFO expert, Mr. Robert Kiviat. Robert, how's it going today?
Great, Bill. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I've got 3 UFO stories for you today, so I hope you got your lunch bag there with you because this might take a little while.
No problem.
Okay, good. Is there anything new to report from our report in Puerto Rico that we did together?
Well, yeah, there's an update I got to tell you. I mean, the Puerto Rico case continues to fascinate me. We're getting very close, I think, to the cameraman, the guy who shot the footage aboard the Homeland Security plane. And I now have a direct line to the guy who helped release the footage, the middleman, so to speak. I think we'll be getting closer and closer, and I may even be going down to Florida to have a little meeting.
Definitely let me know about that. Definitely let me know about that because I think I might want to be joining you down in Florida if you've got that kind of action going on down there.
I would expect you to be there, Bill.
Now, people, if you're not quite up to speed on what he's talking about here, Bob and I went to Puerto Rico. We've got a 4-part series investigating this UFO sighting that was actually captured on a high-quality government thermal imaging camera. It's one of the things that got me very interested in this case. Now, we've got a lot of the detail already recorded in this series, so I'm going to be leaving a link for the series up here so you can check that out too, okay? All right, so Bob, let's get on to our 3 subjects today. The first one is from Brando Pickering, and he wants to know about this sighting recently in LA of a UFO. I sent you some of the details from the story. What do you think?
Well, like it has happened so often around the world, whether it be Russia, whether it be here, whether it be in other parts of the world, where a missile is launched by the government of usually the United States or Russia, obviously. So what happened here was that a missile was launched, but no one knew that, of course. So people went out with their cameras and saw this amazing display. Unfortunately, it had all the telltale signs of what a missile looks like when it is performing in the atmosphere. And sure enough, you had people shooting UFO video, posting it on YouTube, very excited. One particular video got a lot of play all around the world, but sadly for him and many other people that shot the video, or any UFO believer, it was announced by the government that it was a Trident missile that was launched, and it was launched from the USS Kentucky, involved in many ways, apparently a sub. So it was a submarine-based strategic missile test that basically people misidentified as a UFO. It happens frequently.
Okay, so on this first one, UFO over LA, real or fake? Is it a UFO?
It was indeed fake, but I guess not intentionally fake. But people who thought it was real, unfortunately, were faked out by the military.
All right. Hey, you look up in the sky in the middle of the night and nobody sent you an email saying we're going to be firing a rocket tonight. I'm sure that'll get a lot of people a little bit excited. Okay, the second one we have for you today is Flynn Vlogging, and he wants to know about this whole story. It surrounds UFOs and aliens and goes by the name of the Black Knight. What do you know about the Black Knight?
Oh, Bill, the Black Knight is one of the greatest UFO mysteries. It goes back to the early days of the UFO enigma in our country. There was a guy named Donald Kehoe went on TV back in the 50s and was claiming that there was a satellite or something unknown circling the planet. That was before we ever had satellites in space, by the way. And so that gave birth to a whole litany of theories and ideas of what it might be. Then this 1960 Time magazine wrote about something similar to that, but the military announced it was a derelict early satellite that they had launched that basically was just lost in space and will be circling the planet indefinitely. But then something else happened. Back in the mid-90s, late 90s, a photograph was taken aboard one of the space missions, and it looked like a freaky ship. And it's been taken by I believe more than one spacecraft that's taken a picture of this object. NASA's claiming that it is not a black knight mysterious UFO, no one knows where it came from, circling the polar region. It goes from the North Pole to South Pole in circles like that. Basically, they're claiming it's a thermal blanket left over from a mission floating off around, the Earth. Many people looked at that and said, nah, they don't think so. So the Black Knight, to this day, is a mystery. No one's been able to prove one thing for sure, that it's a blanket. But NASA would like us all to believe, it's nothing. But there are a lot of people who still think there's something up there. Some research indicated that someone came, and I'm not sure of the level of the science here, but they said it might be many, many tons in weight, which means that it's not a blanket. So we don't know. I would say it's probably somewhere in the middle of an unsure mystery, but it might well be something just like space junk. Could very well be.
Okay, so for now, we're going to have to leave this one as... Want to say it? We got three categories: real, fake, or unknown.
Unknown. Unknown.
Unknown. You were actually a little sheepish about saying unknown. I guess you don't like saying
I
that.
am a little bit unknown in this one. This is a very good one. It's a very interesting mystery.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's okay to be unknown, okay? You just don't have to go, unknown. Okay. All right, our last one today is Ethan Karsran. Well, wait a minute. Let me make sure I get this right. Ethan Kazran sent in, I think it's a subject, but it might be a video. You tell me. He just wants to know about Men in Black. Are they real or fake?
This is another one. I got to tell you that I'm so glad, we've been asked about this, because the Men in Black mystery has been going on again as long as UFOs have been going on. The idea that a guy takes a photograph or a video, or a woman, a girl, next thing you know is a knock on the door and the government is there, but not a typical government agent. Two guys, as the story goes, wearing black, suits, with dark glasses on, and they say, give us your photograph, give us your evidence, we're keeping it, away from the public, so to speak, Well, there's been a few good examples of that over the years, but no one's been able to prove the guy knocking on the door, taking the UFO photograph or video were Men in Black. They might have just been Air Force people wanting to see what the photograph was. There's one example I know of in Southern California, not too far where I live, where actually it happened, where just like I said, guy took a photograph, made the newspapers, actually 4 photographs, an incredible case, which maybe we'll talk about. And this guy, Rex Heflin, says the UFO photographs were taken by mysterious people, but not Men in Black. However, in, I believe, 2008, it's crazy, I know, but in Niagara Falls, in New York, there appears to have been a photograph taken of a UFO, and shortly after that, 2 strange guys were recorded on surveillance video coming into the hotel near where this UFO was shot. And these 2 guys, Bill, the video is freaky. They come into the hotel. They are gigantic. They could well be 7-foot tall guys wearing dark suits, apparently bald, very freaky looking. The story goes they came into the hotel and they kind of terrorized some of the staff. They asked a lot of questions, wanted to know where the UFO photograph or video was. They really scared a lot of people. And if it wasn't for the surveillance tape that shows these 2 guys, you'd want to laugh it off, but you can't. So this video, if you will, of these 2 guys might be the only evidence yet to date of the Men in Black. And until someone can say who they are, it's easy to say, oh, they're just 2 very tall guys, or they just happen to be pulling off a hoax or a ruse. If it is, it's a good one, because it apparently scared a lot of people. And the video is viral. I mean, you can see it if you just look for it on the internet.
So as far as we know, is it real, fake, or unknown? What's your pick?
The video of the Men in Black is real. The idea that Men in Black are working for the government or they're aliens coming to retrieve the photographs they don't want you to see, I think that's probably fake.
Okay. Well, Bob, listen, I want to thank you. We covered a lot of territory today. So, guys, if you've got a UFO real or fake question, make sure to send it to me at billschannel@gmail.com. And I'm going to be sending these over to Bob, and then Bob is going to be looking them over and pointing out which are the ones that we should cover, okay? So if you got that question, remember, billschannel@gmail.com. Please don't leave your submissions in the comment section because you know what that does. I'm not going to yell in Bob's ear about it, but you know that. So, hey, and by the way, did you know that Bob has his own YouTube channel dedicated to UFOs, aliens, and other such mysteries? That's right. I'm going to be leaving a link and a card to Bob's channel right up here and right down there so you can hop over and check out his videos. Bob, thank you for stopping by. We're going to take off, and I will see you hopefully next week.
My pleasure, Bill. Great seeing you again.